Welcome back. I just got out of seeing The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I thought I'd do a little review on what I thought of the movie. Spoiler warning here, so if you didn't see the movie, go see it. Uh, Final warning, I will get into some spoilers, but it's not that big of a deal. So go ahead and see it and come back and watch this. As a big Star Wars fan as I am, I honestly wasn't hyped going into this movie. It's weird. Usually before like Star Wars movies and stuff, I'm watching the breakdowns. I'm getting all the lore back into my mind. Just getting ready for the movie. This one I kind of just watched the trailer and that was it. I'll just go see it when it comes out. And you know what? That's what happened. So I went and saw it. I just got back and it was all right. I didn't hate it, but I liked it. It wasn't perfect, but it was fun. I had fun watching it. Well, just overall thoughts here on it is just like it's kind of it's kind of just like a bunch of like a season of Mandalorian. I don't know if you want to put it kind of just squished together. That's kind of how I thought of it, and I didn't mind it. The story at one point I was kind of like, okay, where are we going with this? And it's kind of like, or is this over? Are we done here? But no, it just kept going. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. I think it was almost 2 hours. I think it was like an hour and 53 minutes, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Uh, but yeah, so let me just go over here what the pros and cons. We'll start with the I don't know. We'll go with the cons first, and then we'll go to the pros. I don't want to hate on it too much. So yeah, the cons basically just I don't know. I kind of feel like the fatigue of the Mandalorian is out there. People are tired of. I don't think necessarily the Mandalorian, but more or less Grogu. I feel like Baby Yoda is just taking over. They're trying to sell merch. That's what's happening with this, and that's just kind of taken over. Because if you go look back at like season one and season two of Mandalorian, that's just awesome. Like taking a look back at that and watching that, it was like the Mandalorian had so much aura. Like he was like such a mysterious guy. He'd pull up to like that. The first episode was awesome when he pulled up to like the bar place and he just like was just so mysterious, this cold menace guy. That's what I liked about the first two seasons. They were really much like that, and there was just kind of this mystery going behind it. And then season three absolutely just went downhill. I don't even remember what mostly happened in season three, but uh, I'll try not to remember it because I don't want to remember it. But anyways, yeah, this kind of feels like a season four crammed together, and you know what? It wasn't that bad. But back to the Grogu thing here is like I feel this movie, if you were to take out Grogu and just keep the Mandalorian being kind of a solo mission, doing his bounties, that would have been cool. But they had to focus on Grogu to sell the toys, and that they got to get that bag. But anyways, I feel like the beginning was really good. There were some parts where like there was at the beginning like the AT-AT was like firing down. He's like, "Oh, we missed. He's underneath of us." Like that line was kind of corny, and I was kind of like, that happened. I didn't really have a problem with the CGI. Seemed pretty fine. No problems with that. But no, overall, the first half of the movie was pretty sweet. I liked I don't know. Kind of felt like there's a mystery behind it. Going and finding Rod of the Hutt, Jabba's son. If you didn't know, he's already in the movie, but yeah, that was pretty sweet. I like that whole little first part of it was kind of going like the underground, like in the undergrounds, like the town, the city, if you want to say. It just it felt cool. It felt like I really liked it. And overall, like that's kind of my only complaints with it is just the kind of whole Grogu thing, and then like the second part of the half of the movie, it just kind of felt I don't know, like there was a story, like the plot, but the plot just wasn't really plotting, like you could tell it was there, it was kind of like, okay, this is kind of like little side quest, and then one big final battle. But overall, I liked it. It was fun. And yeah, I don't really have that many cons with it. Pros here, I really liked, like I said, the first half of the movie. And I think Embo was pretty sweet in the movie, even though he didn't really have that much talking. But, there's one scene in the rain when he's just kind of pulls up on Mando's house and he just looks sick in the rain. I love when there's like rain and like there's some like really cool character just walking in there, just like so epic. I loved it. Um, the uh, the Anzellans are pretty sweet too. I don't know, they're kind of funny. Their ship, might have to get the Lego ship now because of their. But no, I'm just joking. I'm not going to get that set. But overall, like it was pretty sweet. Some of the moments. At one point during the movie, I was like, it was near the ending. There's like kind of a final battle, and it was like the Mandalorian was fighting Embo, and Rada was fighting like the twins, so his aunt and uncle or whatever, and then Baby Yoda was fighting too. And it's just kind of like I took a moment. I'm like, I'm really watching the the hut from the Clone Wars movie that Anakin and Ahsoka saved, all grown up fighting beside the Mandalorian against Embo. It just kind of felt so random. I'm like, oh, this is really happening, and it was fun. Embo was pretty sweet. He's seen him fight. Rada was jacked. That whole fight sequence in what's it called? That whole fight arena with the Imperial officer, pretty sweet. I like that. I liked when they were working together and when Mando was fighting him. It was pretty cool. Then after that, I don't want to say it goes downhill from there, but there was one part where they have to go get the Imperial officer, and I don't know, it just kind of felt like a little added side quest to the side quest to go get him. And there was like some Baby Yoda pressing the wrong buttons, firing missiles. Oh, he pressed the wrong button and shot a missile at us. Kind of humor, and I was kind of like, you know. But Zeb was pretty sweet. I liked seeing Zeb in live action there again, making his comeback. Pretty sweet seeing him. And then I'm trying to think what else happened because even though there wasn't really a lot that happened, there was quite a bit that happened. Like even when they were on Nal Hutta, I liked that. That was pretty sweet. I liked seeing. Well, obviously at one point they had to take the helmet off of Mando because Pedro Pascal had to make that money, and yeah, it was like a cool little fight scene, kind of like mimicking the Rancor pit of the huts there. They dropped him down and get to fight this little creatures and then some like big snake dragon thing, which was cool. And then Baby Yoda pulled up and saved the day because you got to have him do that. But then at one point they kind of made it seem like the Mandalorian was gonna die, and it was kind of weird. I thought like the movie was gonna end, and like Baby Yoda's like kind of did some character development. I wasn't that big character development, but he was kind of just taking care of Mando. It honestly was a not a big part of the section of the movie, but it was pretty in there. I can't believe it took that long. I was kind of like, what's going on here? Are we done? And then so basically, Baby Yoda was just taking care of Mando, getting him back because he got poisoned because he got bit by the thing in the pit, and kind of I don't know. I gotta say, it like took 20 minutes, and he kind of met this like fish looking dude that gave him fish, and then Embo pulled up in the swamp. It was kind of a weird section. I don't know if that was just me, but I was kind of dazed when I was like, what's going on here? It kind of felt like it wouldn't end, but it was just so long. I don't even know what was going on. And then another then there was a still good half of the movie left when it happened. So then they go back and they fight the Huts, and that's when I mentioned that final battle. And then there was an X-wing like dogfight at the end with the ships on the Hutta there, which is honestly a Lego set that was from back in the day there, where they had it like I'm pretty sure it had the Reiko Hardin figure in it in that ship. It looked pretty sweet. I liked seeing those. There was a pretty big fight at the end with the starships and stuff, and I don't know. I liked seeing the starship fight. It was pretty sweet. It wasn't that bad, but I enjoyed it. And kind of just wrapping things up with the movie. Everybody gets sent off and stuff, and basically they go back to like the sand, well, not like that little beach planet, whatever they're on, where the Republic's bases, New Republic's bases, and they're kind of chatting it up. I guess Rod of the Hutt's part of the New Republic's house. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to be some officer or something. And then it doesn't really. It just kind of ends with Mando going in his ship, and they take off in the Razor Crest, which made its appearance again, which I guess is cool. But it just kind of happened. There was no really big. Oh, the Razor Crest is back. It was like, yeah, we got you a payment for the Razor Crest. He's like, oh, look at that. And yeah, the movie just kind of ends. It doesn't really set up anything. There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's a somewhat after the middle, and then there's an ending. Yeah, that's kind of how it didn't really set up anything. It's kind of ended, but that's how movies do. They end, and it wasn't a bad ending. Overall, I know a lot of people are complaining on it because it's not an insane Star Wars movie that sets up stuff, But I feel like it's a good way to get back into Star Wars being in the movies because Star Wars is back in the theaters. I feel like Star Wars is really good when it's movies and not TV shows, and they've really kind of screwed over Star Wars as TV shows lately, except for like Maul and the recent ones that have. I feel like Maul's really the only good one that has come out so far, besides in recent years. But I won't go and start hating on that stuff. That'll be for another video, another day. And yeah, it just kind of ends. But overall, this is don't go into this movie thinking this is going to change Star Wars. This is going to lead into whatever they're doing with Ahsoka. No, it's just it starts. It's its own story in the Star Wars universe that doesn't really affect anything outside of it, unless they plan on bringing like Rod of the Hutt back, like some Avengers Endgame stuff where like they add him as like Hulk or something. I don't know. Rod comes back because Rod is Menace. I don't know. I found it so weird seeing him in there. It's like looking back at the Clone Wars movie. It's like, wow, this is really that guy. It's a little stinky there, whatever they call him. But yeah, overall, just a fun movie. I enjoyed it, and I think people will enjoy it too. I know a lot of people aren't enjoying it, but they aren't saying it's bad. It's just kind of it's an okay movie. It's a fun movie. It's an okay movie. But that's okay. It'll probably sell millions because of the Grogu toys, anyways. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out on here in the movie just because I just saw it and I figured I'd do something like this. And if you guys want to see more movie reviews or talking about Star Wars movies or even like uh, ranking the movies on how I feel, like all Star Wars media like that, maybe we'll do some stuff like that besides a little Lego because I'm mostly doing Lego stuff on the channel, anyways. But maybe I'll go into some movie reviews and eventually get a face reveal out there. But yeah, if you want to see more Star Wars movie stuff, Lego, hit the subscribe button, and I'll definitely be back with some more.